Good morning, dear students. Hoping that all of you are good and fine. So, as we are discussing the beautiful subject for our second PUC, that is statistics. Anyhow, you know all the modules that we are going to discuss because for every subject there is a need of the particular syllabus so that we can mentally set up ourselves that what are the topics to be studied. And when we study all those topics, we have two purposes. One purpose is to gain the knowledge. Second purpose is to write the exam and to score the good marks. So keeping in mind all these aspects, they give the syllabus. And you know that in our second PUC statistics syllabus, we have two parts. Two parts I mean to say, not two different textbooks. So only one textbook which contains two different parts. So the first part we discuss about vital statistics, index numbers, then time series analysis, theoretical distributions, finally statistical inferences, statistical conclusions, interpretations. So all these different models we study in the first part of our subject, statistics. Okay. Again, second part of statistics, it is confined to something the operating activities or operational research. So where we study the linear programming chapter, then statistical quality controls, okay, inventory control, okay, game theory. So all these are the second part of our subject, statistics subject. So we start with, in this particular video, we start with the second module, that is index numbers. So I write here unit second, that is index numbers. Okay. So before I start the concept of index numbers, let us understand the particular concept called as statistics, because since first PUC you have been studying this subject, statistics, and everywhere we focus on that, we find some data, okay, and we collect all the different samples and we apply the different statistical tools or techniques depending upon the collected sample. Finally, we give the result, output, interpretation, decision. Okay, so everywhere we came to know that statistic is nothing but the numerical data which contains the different raw data, and all those raw data are collected together. Finally, we apply the particular statistical tool, then we give the result. So similarly, whatever you have studied in first PUC statistics and whatever you are studying in even second PUC statistics, all together or all these are nothing but statistical tools or statistical devices. Okay, and all these statistical devices are used just to give the conclusion, or just to interpret the data, or just to give the decision about the collected data. For example, we take the general example. You are there in second PUC and you studied all the subjects in first PUC. Okay, so after studying all the subjects in first PUC, all the 6 subjects in first PUC, so you write the exam. Okay, so when you are writing the exam, they give the marks for individual subject like English, any language, Kannada or Hindi, then accountancy, business studies, then statistics or computer science, then economics. So altogether 6 subjects results you are getting, and you are calculating the percentage of your result. For example, out of 600, if you are getting 480, okay, so we divide it by 6 and we say that your score is 80%. 80%. So how we are getting this 80%? ಈ 80% ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? 80% ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ? ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಕೌಂಟೆನ್ಸಿ 80, business studies 90, statistics 90, similarly economics, then Kannada or Hindi, okay, then economics. Sorry, one more is your accountancy, business studies, statistics, English, Kannada or Hindi, okay. So altogether we take 6 different subjects, okay. So when they give these marks, then only we can get this percentage. If they give only the subjects, saying that you passed in the exams, okay, so without giving these marks, so X is there, and after the exam he comes to the college and he is asking the result. So sir says that you have just passed, but he wants to know what is my actual percentage. Okay, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನೀವು ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಬರ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಂದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಗಿವ್ ದಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, okay. So all these are marks are nothing but the statistical data. If you take accountancy 80 marks, accountancy nange 80 marks bidide, adu ಒಂದು statistical data, okay. Business studies nange 80 marks bidide, adu ಒಂದು statistical data. ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ statistics 100 marks bidide, economics 100 marks bidide, ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಂದು 90 marks bidide, English ಒಂದು 90 marks bidide, okay. So all these are nothing but statistical data. And why do we need all these statistical data? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಡೇಟಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, because we want to interpret our result, saying that I have scored 80% in first PUC commerce. So this is what the nature of statistics, okay. So we are applying statistical tools, and since from first PUC till this moment, whatever statistical concepts we are discussing, all these are nothing but statistical tools, statistical devices. So why we are applying all these statistical devices? Because we want to interpret, we want to give the result, we want to give the output. ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. So result must be convinced to others, so that even common people, ordinary people can understand this conclusion. So result ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೇಬರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೋ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಹೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಆರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೇಬರರ್ ಟು ದಿ maximum authority. So when you are giving result to them, they can easily understand, yes, he has scored 80% or she has scored 80%. So whatever statistical tool you may apply, but ultimate intention is to get the output, to get the result, to give the conclusion. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಎವರೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆದು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ gives some kind of confusion in the minds of the users. For that purpose, to avoid all these confusion, to avoid all these difficulties, we use statistical tools. Okay. So for that purpose, I said in the first module we have discussed, especially this second piece statistics, vital statistics. Vital means somewhat emergency in nature, emergency required. Okay. So where we applied different statistical tools to collect the data, to collect the result of various vital events. I give you the examples of various vital events, starting from your birth rate, whether it is crude birth rate, crude death rate, or age-specific fertility rates, or mortality rate, or any other age-specific death rates, okay, or life index numbers. So everywhere you found that we applied the formula and we got the result. Okay, we applied the statistical formula, we got the result. So why do we apply the statistical tool? To get the result. To get the result. So that's what the nature of statistics. Where our ultimate purpose is to give the output, to conclude about the data. And conclusion, as I said earlier, 80% it must convince the users. There are different users of statistical data. Okay, starting from government sectors to common people. I am also using statistical data, you are also using statistical data, knowingly, unknowingly. Some they know that I am using the particular statistical tool. Some may not know that I am using the statistical tool. Okay, so students, why I am telling all these things? Because once we understand the concept of statistics, why do we need this concept of statistics? What is the role of these statistics? Then only we can involve different tools which are there in statistics. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we can easily understand ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, why do they apply different statistical tools. Okay, so one of the statistical tools I am taking, that is unit number 2, index numbers. Okay, so in this module we try to understand what is the concept of index numbers. Okay, then why do we need these index numbers? Okay, then how do they interpret the collected data, the raw data, by using these index numbers. Okay, so let me take some introductory part, because for every concept we need introduction. Okay, so once we get what is this index numbers and why do we need these index numbers, then we can easily apply this tool so that we can get the statistical output or statistical result. And one more thing I focus here, when we give the statistical results, when we are giving inferences, conclusions, definitely it is useful for different purposes. As I said earlier, your result is 80% in first PUC Commerce, and that result helps you to move further, to go for second PUC. Then there also you are writing the exam, there also you are scoring some percentage, that 80% or 90%. Then again that score, statistical data, helps you to move further, to go for undergraduation, to go for some other technical courses. So everywhere we feel that there is a need of statistical tools. Okay, so why do we think of these index numbers? Concept of index numbers. ಯಾಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ once we understand all these basic concepts of index numbers, we can easily solve the practical problems. Okay, so let me introduce what is this index numbers. So hoping that all of you are going through the newspapers daily. So ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಡೇಟಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ we often read newspapers which gives prices of different commodities, changes in the prices of the different commodities. Like if I take gold price, if I take steel price, particular goods I am telling, gold price, steel price, cement price, or any other cosmetic goods price or consumer goods price. Okay, so particularly when we take prices of vegetables, price of rice, price of other goods, commodities. Okay, so every day when we read the newspapers, we find that the price prevailing today in the market is not same when we compare that price with the earlier price. So week back you read the newspaper and you found that the price of gold per gram was 2000 rupees one week back. But today when you are studying the newspaper, you are finding that the price of same gold per gram is 3000 rupees. So last week I studied it was 2000, now I am studying that it is 3000. Similarly, the price of vegetables. So last week I bought vegetables, I purchased vegetables where the price was 100 rupees. But this week I am finding that same vegetables I am purchasing, but the price is 300 rupees. Okay, so last week I purchased some steel commodities where the price was 1000 rupees. This week again I am purchasing steel commodities, but the price is 5000 rupees. So all these things we often read in newspapers. So daily ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರೋದು, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಏನು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಇವತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರೈಸು ನಾಳೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರೈಸು ನಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್. And hoping that all of you know these concepts because everyone reads the newspaper. Okay, now the question is, problem is, why these prices are changing like anything? ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ಗಳು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Why these prices are changing like anything? What is the reason for this? Okay, and how to identify that all these prices are changing like anything? Okay, so ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Okay, so that's what we apply one of the statistical tools that is called as index numbers. Okay, index. Hoping that when you were in high schools, when we studied the science subject in high schools, we prepared a practical book where one of the columns was index. Index means details of every experiment what you were doing. Okay, so here are some index numbers. Of course, numbers we know 1, 2, 3, 4. Quantitative data, numbers. So index means details about the particular sector, particular segment. If you are taking the prices of gold, number 1 gold, that is one index. Number 2 steel prices, that is one index. Number 3 vegetables, that is one index. Okay, so all these are nothing but the index where we take the goods so that we can take the numbers of that goods. Okay, whether in terms of price, whether in terms of quantity, whether in terms of value. Okay, only three things we can find in the particular commodity. One is price, okay, one in quantity, and one in terms of value. Okay, so we find changes in the price levels of the commodity. We find changes in the quantity of the commodities, and we find even changes in the values of the commodities. So price ಕೂಡ changes ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, quantity changes ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, value ಕೂಡ changes ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But ಈ changes ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ measure ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? How to measure all these changes? So that's what I said. We have the statistical tool, that is the index numbers. Okay. So we take the meaning of index numbers so that you can understand more about index numbers. So I write the meaning on the board, and we try to understand each concept, each word when I write the meaning of index number. Okay. So let me take index numbers are index numbers are statistical devices designed to measure the relative changes in the level of a phenomenon that is variable or group of variables with respect to time, okay, geographical location, or other characteristics such as income, profession, etc. Okay. So this is what the meaning as well as the definition of index numbers, which gives the total picture of index numbers. So everywhere we are focusing on this index numbers. Okay. So what is this index numbers? So ಈ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ try to remember everywhere we must clarify the concept. What is the concept of index numbers? So that's what they are saying here. These are nothing but index numbers are statistical devices, statistical tools. Okay, like what you studied, mean, standard deviation, okay, or your median, mode, quartile deviation, okay, percentile, okay, correlation, regression, okay, vital statistics, along with all these statistical tools, statistical devices. And I told you, why do we need all these statistical devices, statistical tools? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕಂತ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್, ಒಂದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್, ಯಾವುದು ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಟುಕ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ 80%. So that we are applying one of the statistical devices. Okay, so here also index numbers are statistical devices. Definitely these are statistical devices. Now what is the purpose of these statistical devices? Designed to measure something to be measured, some output is to be given, some result is to be given. Okay, designed to measure, applied to measure. What is to be measured? The relative changes in the level of a phenomenon. Phenomenon, I mean to say the object. If you take a price here, that is one object. If you take quantity here, that is one object. If you take value here, that is one object. Okay, so index numbers are statistical devices designed to measure, which are applied to identify, to conclude, to get the result of the relative change in the level of a phenomenon. The relative change means, as I said, as I have given the examples of gold, vegetables, consumer goods. So last week prices we are comparing with this week price, okay, or last month price we compare that with this month price, okay, so that we can find the relative change. So last week the gold price was 1000 rupees per gram. This week same gold price is 2000 rupees per gram. What is the relative change? Hoping that you are getting. Okay, so last week or last month price we take as a base to get the result, to get the change for the current period, for the present period. For example, we are there in 2019. What was the gold price? So that was the last year price, base price. This year gold price, current year price, okay, 20,000 rupees. Last year it was 10,000, this year it is 20,000. Okay, what is the percentage change? Pre-independence price, post-independent price. 1947, what was the price of the gold per gram? 2020, what is the price of the same gold? Okay, so everywhere you are finding the relative changes in the level of a phenomenon, in the level of an object. So object I took as gold, or you take consumer goods, you take steel, or any other commodity, any other object, variable. Because hoping that you know the nature of the variable. So variable it varies from time to time. So variables ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 2019 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 2020 ಇರಲ್ಲ, 2020 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ 2021 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. So it varies from one variable to another variable. It is just like we have 100 students in a class. They are writing the same exam, first PC Commerce annual examination. They are attempting the same subjects, same 6 subjects. But after getting the results, we are finding that there are changes in the percentage result of the students. X is scoring 90%, Y is scoring 80%, Z is scoring 70%, A is scoring 60%, B is scoring 30%. Why this is happening? So all these individuals in a particular class are called as variables, which vary from one student to another student, one variable to another variable. Okay, so you take any phenomenon, any object for that matter, that's what they have given in the bracket. Phenomenon is nothing but variable which varies from one variable to another variable. The result varies from one student to another student because we have so many reasons, psychological factors or physical factors, any other factors, economic factors. So depending upon that, our result changes. Okay, so variable or group of variables. Group of variables means if I take only gold, that is the variable. If I take all together economic goods, that is group of variables. If I take only steel, that becomes a variable, one commodity. If I take consumer goods altogether, FMCG, fast moving consumer goods or consumer goods, that is called as group of variables. So variable ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ commodity ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಕಾಮೊಡಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ a variable. If you are taking group of commodities, that becomes group of variables. Okay, so what we are studying, relative change in the level of a phenomenon. Phenomenon is nothing but variable or group of variables. Okay, with respect to time, very much important, with respect to time, time period. I took the same example, 2019 2020. So this is what we have. So 2019, what was the price? 2020, what is the price? So this is nothing but time period. Time period. First you see what was the percentage. Second you see what is the percentage. Time period. Okay. So what we are finding here? We are finding changes in the level of the particular variable phenomenon due to time, due to geographical location or other characteristics such as income, profession, etc. So with respect to time, as and when time passes, we find different prices of or different levels of the variable. Okay, so with respect to geographical location, okay, we are there in India. So we are there in the domestic country in India. So the price what is prevailing in Indian market, that may not be same the price what is prevailing in US market, in UK market, or different segments of the particular locality, particular premises. Okay, so ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರೈಸು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ US ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರೈಸು UK ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೌತ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲಿಯಂ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಹೇಗೆ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ರೇಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then or other characteristics, other features such as income of the people, profession of the people. Okay, so income of the people, again it changes. Income of the people, again it changes. So this year whatever income I am earning, that may not be same for the next year, after 2 years, after 3 years. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ನೀವೇನು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದೇ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 2 years, 2 ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 5 years again it is going to change. Okay, if you take the profession means professionalists like doctors, advocates, chartered accountants, okay, tax consultants, okay. So whatever other characteristics such as income, profession, everywhere we are finding the relative change in the level of all these variables. Okay, so altogether, I am saying that index numbers are nothing but that we know statistical devices. But what it is measuring, what it is going to decide. So it is applied, it is designed to measure the relative changes in the level of a phenomenon. Phenomenon means object, variable or group of variables. If you are taking one commodity, that is the variable. If you are taking the commodities all together, that becomes group of variables. Okay. With respect to time, whenever there is a change in time or whenever time passes, definitely the values of all these variables are going to change. Whenever there are changes in geographical location, as per geographical premises, definitely the changes we are going to find in all these variables, and whenever there are changes in income or profession, definitely we find changes in all these phenomena or variables. Okay, so whatever I am telling, the changes due to time, geographical location or income, profession, all these changes of the phenomenon, of the variables or group of variables to be measured by applying the statistical tool, that is index numbers. Okay, so this is the meaning as well as the definition of the concept index numbers. So hoping that it is clear to you. We take some other concepts of index numbers. So I said here two things. One is we are finding the relative changes. See, when you are saying that I am giving the changes, relative changes of the variable or commodity, how to measure the change? Right? Because I told the example of gold price. Okay, last year it was like 1,000 rupees. This year it is like 2,000 rupees. So why this change? Why this change? And we know that they have different factors that are influencing on all these prices of the commodity. So here, two things we take, because when you are finding relative changes in the level of a phenomenon or objects, variable or variables, okay, relative changes, we need two elements, two things, and which are very important to conclude the collected data. Okay, for that purpose here we take two things. I tell you what are those two things. Okay, so hoping that concept of index numbers is clear to you. But when we are saying that there are relative changes in the level of the phenomenon, what are all those relative changes? Okay, so that we take, and how to give all those relative changes. Okay. So two things are important through which we can measure, because as I said earlier, or as it is given, these are the statistical tools. Index numbers are the statistical tools to measure the relative change. So when you are measuring the relative change, for example, simple example we can take so that you can easily understand. So first you see, assume that you have scored 80%. Okay, now we are in the second PUC and still we have time to write the exams. So after second PUC annual examinations, you will get your result. Assume that it is 95%. So first year you scored 90%, second year you scored 95%. Okay. So when any particular teacher asks you, what is your percentage? You say that my percentage is 95%. So what was your first PUC percentage? 90%. So 90% to 95 percentage. So this is previous percentage, this is the present percentage. Okay, you can compare whether it is increasing or decreasing. So my percentage is increasing or my percentage is decreasing. Okay, so whenever you are saying that there are changes in the or relative changes in the phenomena in the variable, we need two things. So one is previous data, one more is current data, so that you can tell, you can give the accurate change, whether it is decreasing or whether it is increasing or decreasing. So that's what I said. So when we are using index numbers, which is the statistical tools designed to measure the relative change in the phenomenon, okay, due to all those reasons, time period, due to geographical location or any other characteristics such as income, profession, we need two things. Okay, so what are those two things? One is we need two things. I write here two things. Okay, one is base year, one more is current year. Okay, relative change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನೋ 90% ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್, 95% ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಡೇಟಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನನ್ನ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಸೊ ಈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ almost all the statistical tools, as per our knowledge, we know that it is used for comparison. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಯೂಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ when we think of comparing the data, we need two things. You cannot be compared with yourself. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So you can compare yourself with your friends, your neighbors, your relatives. Okay, so we need two data. So ಎರಡು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದೇ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇದು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ 90%, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ 95% ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದವರು ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 90% ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 95% ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 5% ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ 5% ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ somewhat you have used, you have put your more efforts, somewhat your thinking level has been increased. Okay, somewhat because of the support of your friends who helped you in studies. Okay, so all factors ಇಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ನನ್ನ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5% ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ that's what in the meaning or definition of index numbers we have seen that it is the statistical device designed to measure the relative changes in the phenomena, relative change. So when you are saying that this relative change, we need two things. Okay, so one is previous data, one is present data. Okay, so whatever previous data we are taking, that is the base year, and the year for which we are calculating the change, that is the current year. Okay, so I write here what is this base year. The year selected for comparison. The year selected for comparison. So we are there in 2020 year. Okay, so this is not the base. Hoping that you are getting. We are there in the year 2020. This is not the base year. 2020 is called as current year. Okay, because we are forecasting something by using the statistical device index number. Okay, we are there in the year 2020, that becomes the current year. The year in which you are there at present, that is the current year. And if you are thinking of finding that relative change for the year 2020, we need the previous year, which we call as the base year. That is the year selected for comparison. Now, what is this current year? This is the year for which comparisons are required. Okay, the year for which comparisons are required. So for this year I need to compare. Okay, for the year 2020. So what is the base year for that? I take 2019 or 2018 or 5 years back, 2015. So what I am telling here is, as it is clearly given in the meaning of index numbers, that index numbers are the statistical tools designed to measure the relative change in the phenomena, relative change in the variable. So what is that relative change? Okay, so that relative change is nothing but whether the particular commodity or the particular items price, quantity or value, whether it is increasing or decreasing. Change, that is the change. If your percentage is increasing, that is also a change. If your percentage is decreasing, that is also a change. But how to get that change? We need two things, two important things. One is your previous data, previous marks percentage. One is your present marks, present percentage. So what is your previous data? That is the base year, the year selected for comparison. And your base year should not be like too much gap. To get the data, to get the output for the current year 2020, you cannot take base year as 1950. I think that will be, of course, you are going to get the result. No need to worry that we are going to get the result. But the result may not be somewhat accurate, depending upon the present situations. Because this result or output, what you are giving, that is influenced by different factors like economic factors, socio-economic factors, technological factors or political factors. Okay, so that should not be too gap between these two years, current year and this year. So if it is too gap, means I am not saying that you are not going to get the result. Definitely you get the result. You can compare 1950s result with this year result. 1950s you cannot take your result. You can take some other fellows result who studied in 1950, and that you can compare with the 2020. But or the prices which was prevailing during 1950s, that can be compared with 2020. But you can get the result, whether 150% change, 200% change, or 100% change, or 50% change. Some result you will get. But the base year and the current year, what you are taking, two things we need. So that should not be too gap between these two particular things, base year and current year. But when you are taking, of course, when you are taking this, it gives the result which is somewhat far from reality. Far from reality. So what is reality? Reality means 2020. We are there in the 2020. So 1950 to 2020 means far from reality. Too much gap we are finding. Okay. If you are taking 19 or 2019 or 2018, okay, as base year. So this is base year, this is current year. I think somewhat you are near to reality, because big changes we find in the economic factors, in the social factors, in the cultural factors, in the technological factors, in the professional environment factors. Okay, so because of that big change, we are getting the result, and that result is somewhat near to the reality. So 1950 base year, 2020 current year means it is somewhat we are far from reality. Okay, so what I am telling you is the base year and current year what we take while applying the tool of index numbers, there should not be too much gap between the base year and the current year. Okay, so dear students, two things we concluded in this particular video. Number one of the statistical tools. Okay, so one of the statistical tool index numbers. So the concept of index numbers ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಯೂಸಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಒಂದು ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕು, ಬೇಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕು, ಅವೆರಡನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ಸೊ okay, so in lecture 1 we studied one of the statistical tools, index numbers, the introductory part of index numbers. Okay, introductory part of index numbers, then meaning as well as definition of index numbers. Okay, then two important things that we need when we think of finding the relative change in the variable, in the phenomenon. Okay, so with this I conclude this particular video, lecture number 1. So next classes again we take some other concepts of index numbers which are directly related to this index numbers, and later we think of different index numbers, types of index numbers, and how do they calculate index numbers, changing the phenomenon, okay, relative change in the phenomenon. So all those things we take in our next classes. Okay, ಅವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು next class discuss ಮಾಡೋಣ. And one more thing I focus here by concluding, everywhere we find formula, because you take any chapter for that matter, especially statistics, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಡೇಟಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, so everywhere we have the formula, so according to that we work. Okay, thank you, one and all.